Funny thing about political speaking people, have you noticed they're all mouth? They tell you what you should be doing, and of course then suddenly, you think, oh right, but they never actually put their own money in, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it's always down to you. Over here, right now, we have Baroness Warzy, for instance, really a failed sort of person who managed to climb her way into the government during the David Cameron years. And fascinating to think now, suddenly she's attacking the very party that gave her that elevation and the ability to become a baroness. And when you think about it, you go, oh, and everybody's, oh, it's dreadful. Look at what she's plugging, a book. Right, this is the way that she can earn some money now, and more importantly, using her platform to go on any TV show that will have her. You see how it works behind the scenes. So it's a little bit like this particular story regarding an institution that's been going for over 100 years. We're talking about the newspaper, The Observer, here in London. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much, as ever, for joining me today. Nice to have your company. And yet you always get people, do you hear that? You see, always get people trying to put you off picking the horn. They think they're being funny. It doesn't put me off. I'm talking to chums. What does it matter? Yeah. You know what they do though? Just be honest with you. They sort of wait till they get up close with the car, press it really loudly, and you think, oh, you're not the first person today to do it. It's nuts, isn't it? This story really fascinated me because it's all about the Observer newspaper. And as I say, it's been an institution for a long time, very left-leaning, that sort of thing. But nonetheless, survived over 100 plus years. Recently, it was owned by the Guardian Media Group. That's the Guardian that can't stand the British monarchy and, more importantly, hate our British history and do all the negative stories that they can. All the meanwhile begging, of course, on the website for you to donate money to keep them going so they have free speech. Right. And it's interesting also because the editor, Kath Viner, is married to a TV presenter somewhat, who's managed to get a book deal somewhat via The Guardian. You see how it all works, don't you? Now, moving forward, The Observer has been sold to a startup, as they say, a brand new entrepreneurial group. And all these sort of political people, shall we say, including over 70 celebrities, have come out to decide, oh, it's terrible, it shouldn't be, all that sort of stuff, including the actor Damian Lewis, alleged comedian Joe Lycett, superstar actor Hugh Grant, and of course the historian Mary Beard, just to name a few. But what's fascinating here is, they're all saying it shouldn't be allowed, it needs to be protected, all of that sort of stuff. The colossal wealth of these people combined could have meant that they could have bought the newspaper themselves and actually ran it, owned it, and then put the correct people in place to make it the success that perhaps it deserves to be. But this is what I mean about the political stance. Hugh Grant could buy this like that. He wouldn't even dent his bank balance. But no, they're too busy, of course, calling on other people's decisions to say it's terrible. But as ever, putting your money where your mouth is and saying, well, maybe I could have a go. Maybe we could turn it round as a full directorship. They don't want to know because it costs them. All they want you to do is to carry on buying their books, their TV series, their films, putting money in their coffers. But really, you should be absolutely outraged at this going on. You see how this works? Now, do you agree with me? If you are that sort of strong about something, you really could do something, particularly if you're that well off. Wouldn't you want to save the paper that you allegedly love so much? Or as ever, is it just about free publicity, getting your face in the paper once again, and more importantly, getting people to talk about you, but never opening your wallet? Aye, I know about that. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.